According to today's Daily Mail, what household objects can take control of your TV? The answer, low-energy light bulbs.
Thanks very much for watching The Right Stuff with Hardeep Singh Kohli, Liz McClellan and David Baddiel. You can find out more about all of them on our website, 5.tv/rightstuff. Should tell you David's film, by the way, The Infidel, opened on Friday. It's increasing in cinemas, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It only got a small release to begin with, but it's done incredibly well over the weekend. Broken records at some places, especially at places where there are lots of Muslims and Jews.
But that's good.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. And he's rolling out to more cinemas next weekend, so that's fantastic.
Good. Now, our first phone-in, that's going to be kicking off after the next break, and that is whether or not you've had it with organic food. Sales have slumped by nearly 13% in the past year. Why? 0207 173 5555. That's the number for your calls. First, the rest of today's headlines, David. What's caught your eye?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping, as I say, that the film is good news for Muslims and that Muslims like it, but something that perhaps is not such good news for Muslims is that Marlon King, the Wigan player who's in prison at the moment for hitting someone, he beat someone up in a nightclub, is that right? A woman, yeah, has decided to convert to Islam. That's probably not such good news. And he's named himself going the full hog after Abu Hamza. He's decided to call himself... He hasn't actually called himself Abu Hamza, has he? I haven't read this properly,
just
obviously.
Abu, I think.
Just Abu. Yeah, it's bad news, particularly because he's in for doing a right hook at the moment. Perfect. It was there waiting for me, Matthew. I couldn't ignore it. But yeah, that's what he's done. And he's a bit of a bad lad, really, Marlon. So yeah, I don't know what Wigan fans think about it. What do we think about it?
Well, maybe there's a positive that underneath the hysteria of radicalised in prison, that perhaps having found some sort of faith behind bars, that he won't go around belting women anymore.
Well, that would be good, yeah.
But, you know, your idol is Abu Hamza. It's just like... It's just, it's just from one extreme to another. It's just...
It does seem ironic that Ham is in the surname of Hamza. That's just... I'm just making a food-based observation. I'm making a food-based observation. Back me up.
He does actually describe it. I think one of the things... I don't know if... Can we see this? Can we see this? Abu Hamza there. Can we see it? I don't know if you got it. Basically, he's doing that with his hook, and it looks like a monocle. He looks like he's used his hook as a monocle down there. You can't see it, so I shouldn't have pointed it out.
I do wish that Abu Hamza would break out into a chorus of "When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman," Dr. Hook styling.
Enough. Now, far more important are the number of emails we've had through saying, David, are you doing anything for the World Cup?
Yes, I am. Me and Frank Skinner, the old team, back together. We're going to the World Cup, and we did this at the last World Cup, actually. We did it with the Times, but this time we're podcasting and doing radio shows for Absolute Radio. And people say, oh, go and do fantasy football. The trouble with fantasy football is we have to stay in Wandsworth. That's where we shot fantasy football. And as time went on, although I really enjoyed doing the show, I thought, I want to be at the tournament, and I want to be at the games, and podcasting allows us to do that. Okay. So we did it last time for the Times, and it was good. We got 2 million downloads and people like that, so we're doing it again for Absolute Radio.
Good.
Yeah, but aren't you an England fan? You could go over there, you'd be back after the quarter-finals.
Hey, Hardy, at least we're there. At least we're there.
We're a nation of 5 million. What do you expect from us?
OK, anything else? What have we got?
Yeah, there's a story in whatever this paper is, The Guardian, about comprehensives turning out to be more socially exclusive than grammar schools, meaning, I guess, that when a comprehensive gets known as a good school, that parents just move to that area and get their kids in, and then you end up with the same kind of stratification that you might have anyway, almost, you know, a different type of hierarchy than you would have if it was
financial.
Still people. I think this always happens, that parents who want their kids to do well will find some way of getting exclusivity out of education. It's very difficult to keep it on a level playing field.
I did wonder whether the flip of the story would be that grammar schools perhaps aren't quite the bad thing that some politicians would have us believe.
Well,
They're not as socially divisive.
Think that. Yeah, lots of people think that. I mean, you know, I think it is when you've got parents who are rich enough to move their kids towards, you know, a comprehensive that happens to be really good, then of course that may as well be a private school, because it once again is just about wealth.
Yeah. As opposed to an academic entrance exam.
Yeah.
And an academic elite.
Yeah. Well, that's how I managed to get into a private school. My parents didn't have enough money to pay for me to go to private school, but I got in on a scholarship where I was, and it's difficult to know, you know, what's better. You know, it's probably better that than just them having enough money to put me nearby.
Yeah, I'm coming round to that point of view as well, that it would be better an academic elite than a financial elite. Although, of course, the academic elite then becomes the financial elite of the future.
Yes, yeah.
OK, anything else?
Yeah, there's a story here about, in the Daily Mail, I love this story, it's such a Daily Mail story, apparently that it's very dangerous, you might get cancer from a nighttime trip to the toilet, apparently. The Daily Mail, never one to hold back on the possibility of getting cancer for anything, says that getting up and turning the light on to go to the toilet could give you cancer because it's something to do with nighttime light screwing up your body clock. But the thing is, if you don't turn the light on in the toilet, then very bad things could happen, I think. You know, I think I'd rather get ill than look at my toilet after I didn't turn the light on. So, yeah, I don't know what anyone thinks about that. You... No? No one's coming in on that one?
Turn the light on, you wee on the floor, slip on it in the morning. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and that'd be a Daily Mail story.
A catalogue of
Man
errors.
breaks his neck in
By not turning light on.
But when you turn the light on, it gives you a bit of a shock in the middle of the night because it's a sudden change.
What, you're saying could be a heart attack?
No, it just wakes you up more. So I go in the middle of the night in the dark.
Oh, do you? You actually do that?
Yeah, I go in the dark.
You already follow the Daily Mail recommendation.
Yeah, Matthew's got that kind of sonar like a salmon's got. Do you know what I mean? It just leads him to the water.
Yeah. Come on, let's go to Liz then. What have you got?
I've got a few good ones. A bit of a funny one at first. Carrie in rant over Tiger wife. Jim Carrey was on Twitter at the weekend saying about Tiger Woods' wife, Ellen, that no wife should have missed that much infidelity. So he's just having a bit of a rant, really, no big deal. But he got absolutely slammed for it. And then he joked at the end when he got loads of abuse for saying that. He said, so you guys probably don't want to talk about Sandra Bullock then?
No. I want to see the ad. Has it come out yet in this country?
The ad?
Is it out?
Yeah, Tiger Woods' ad. With his late dad's voice. I mean, I heard it on the radio at the weekend. I mean, whatever you think about the morality of it, I was going to turbans off, I was going to hats off, whatever, to whoever devised
Nike,
it, because the talkability of the new Nike ad. Everyone in the States is talking about it, and it's prescient in the extreme. If you hear the dad's words, it's this dad's words. Obviously, it's Tiger Woods' late dad talking clearly a couple of years ago about golf and saying, you know, we make mistakes. We need to come back. But it's a very measured tone. And I think they've added those words to very stark pictures of Tiger Woods today, obviously trying to make those words impact on his current dilemma. I mean, it's an incredibly brave thing to do.
Brave? I just find it so sort of dark, really, that you resurrect... I mean, how do we know that Dad would have wanted his voice used in that?
Yeah, but let's think about it. While his dad was alive, Tiger Woods was a one big cash register, basically. I mean, he took every endorsement going. You know, he's basic. That's why there's been such a backlash. You know, it would appear that, you know, it wasn't just in certain contexts Tiger couldn't say no. You know, he couldn't say no to any of the money, any of the sponsorship, any of the...
OK, I want to see it, though. Liz, what else have you got?
Quite serious, actually, this one. Critics call for the arrest of Pope on UK visit. Oh, no, don't say that, please.
Good Catholic girl.
Catholic, prominent
An
atheists...
citizen's arrest. I'd just like to give it a go.
I believe that's the idea, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Just for a
prominent
laugh,
atheists...
I'd like to give it a go. I'm having that hat for a start.
Come on, Liz, tell us the story. What are people saying?
Prominent atheists Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens are paying lawyers to investigate the possibility of prosecuting the Pope for crimes against humanity. The pair argue that Pope Benedict should be arrested when he visits Britain in September for his alleged cover-up of sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. Yes.
It's quite interesting that the latest shift has been actually to look back at Pope John Paul II and actually sort of accuse him for being more of a cover-up man because there were claims that he should be canonised. They seem to have gone a bit quiet. Interesting times. Interesting times.
Sad times.
You can't arrest someone for that, can you, though? I mean, because obviously the Pope himself is not an abuser. I'm not sure you can arrest someone.
I think that's why they're getting the legal advice. It makes good headlines.
This is what I was thinking about, or worried about as well, because, you know, he's a sort of a beacon
OK, one last one from you.
I'll go with, just this, because this is funny, Close Encounters of the Excuses Kind. I'll go with that one, I'll miss out the other one. It's just really funny. Spotting a UFO and colourblindness were excuses given by drivers for not paying parking fines. I'm going to use it, it's brilliant. So one guy said that he actually saw a UFO, so that's why he drifted into the bus lane.
Oh, really?
And someone actually did also say that he thought someone said colourblind, he was colourblind, so he thought the yellow line was green. Well, then wouldn't you go, oh, God, what does that mean? I'll stay away from that. You would, wouldn't
you? You might think it means go. As in green. Go to this line.
Go, yeah, park, yeah.
Any
Brilliant,
excuse.
absolutely brilliant.